In the universe, there are always individuals who stand above all others. Some are called gods, some are destroyers, and others are ancients. But they all share one common trait. They surpass all other beings in scale and power. Are you familiar with each of these beings? Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, was not only immense in size, but also incredibly powerful, feared by gods and mortals alike. Its venom was one of its most terrifying attributes, described in Norse mythology as deadly and unstoppable. During Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world, Jormungandr's venom plays a critical role in the destruction of life on Midgard. As the serpent rises from the ocean, its movements churn the seas into chaos, and its venom fills the skies, poisoning the earth, sea, and air. This toxic flood renders the world inhospitable, emphasizing the apocalyptic scale of its destructive power. The venom's deadliness is vividly illustrated in the prophecy of Ragnarok, where Jormungandr breaks free from its eternal coil around Midgard. As it rises, the serpent spews forth torrents of venom, darkening the skies and poisoning the land, sea, and air. This act doesn't merely cause death on a localized scale, but blankets the entire world in its lethal embrace. Every living thing caught in its path, plants, animals, and humans alike, succumbs to the poison, leaving the earth a barren, lifeless wasteland. This detail in the myth underscores the apocalyptic nature of Jormungandr's power, as its very existence threatens the continuation of life itself. Even Thor, the strongest of the gods and Jormungandr's destined adversary, is not immune to its venom. During their final confrontation at Ragnarok, Thor manages to kill the serpent with his hammer, Mjolnir, delivering a fatal blow. Yet, the serpent's victory is inevitable, for Thor is struck by the serpent's venom in the process. Despite his divine strength and resilience, the poison takes its toll, and the mighty god stumbles only 9 steps before succumbing to its effects. This moment serves as a grim reminder of Jormungandr's unparalleled power, a force so great that not even the gods could escape its fatal reach. In Norse mythology, Ymir was the embodiment of primordial power, a being whose existence was both infinite and chaotic. Born from the meeting of fire and ice in the yawning void of Ginnungagap, Ymir was a force of nature unto himself. His power was immense and incomprehensible, shaping the very fabric of existence before the gods emerged to bring order. Ymir's strength was not a weapon of precision, but an overwhelming force tied to the raw, untamed energy of creation itself. From his body came the frost giants, springing forth spontaneously from his sweat, a testament to his ability to generate life without effort or intent. Ymir's presence in the cosmos was not just vast, it was unstoppable, an elemental force that the gods themselves had to confront to create the ordered world. The immense power of Ymir lay not only in his physical might, but in his intrinsic connection to the chaotic energies of the cosmos. As the first of the Jotnar, he was a being who existed outside the structured realm the gods would later build. His mere existence sustained life in its earliest, most unformed state. The cow Alumbla, born of the same primal frost, nourished Ymir with her milk, emphasizing his deep ties to the elemental forces that preceded the gods. This nourishment allowed Ymir to thrive, his strength growing as he became the progenitor of his race. His offspring, born from his body in strange and miraculous ways, were imbued with his might and destructive potential, further cementing his role as the source of immense power in the Norse cosmos. Ultimately, it was Ymir's vast power that necessitated his death at the hands of the gods. Odin and his brothers recognized that the world could not exist in its intended form while Ymir's unchecked might dominated creation. The battle was colossal, as only a being of extraordinary strength could pose such a threat to the gods themselves. Ymir's defeat required not just physical strength but divine willpower, for in slaying him, the gods reshaped his vast energy into the structured world. His blood flooded the land, drowning nearly all the frost giants, while his bones and body became the building blocks of existence. This transformation of Ymir's raw power into the ordered cosmos was both an act of creation and an acknowledgement of his unparalleled strength. Even in death, Ymir's power endured, manifesting in the world he unwillingly helped shape. In the mythology of ancient China, Pangu's power was as immense as his size, a force that shaped the very cosmos. Emerging from the primordial chaos contained within a cosmic egg, Pangu wielded an axe imbued with unimaginable strength. With a single mighty swing, he split the egg apart, dividing the heavens from the earth. This act of creation was no small feat. It required a strength so vast that only a being like Pangu, who grew 10 feet taller each day for 18,000 years, could accomplish it. Each movement of his colossal form sent tremors through the universe, establishing the foundational order of existence. As Pangu labored to maintain the separation of sky and earth, his strength became the linchpin of creation. He held the heavens aloft, ensuring they did not collapse back into the formless void. His breath, vast and enduring, gave rise to the winds and clouds, while his voice resonated as thunder across the heavens. Every part of his being radiated power. His muscles pushed mountains into place, his blood coursed into rivers, and his sinews wove into the fertile land. Even the act of standing, with his massive body spanning the realms, demonstrated his unparalleled might, a force no other being could rival. Pangu's power did not fade with his death. Instead, it transformed and dispersed into the natural world. His left eye, burning with radiant energy, became the sun, a source of light and warmth for all life. His right eye, calm and reflective, became the moon, governing the tides and illuminating the night. His voice, once a thunderous roar, became the storms that sweep across the earth, and his breath continued as the ever-present wind. The transformation of his body into the elements of the universe ensured that his strength would endure eternally, infusing the world with vitality and order. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe later. Celestial Eaters of Philippine Mythology. Sawa. In the myths of the Adi of Panay and Tagalog lore, Sawa is described as a serpent of unimaginable proportions. Stretching beyond the horizon, its body coils around mountains and rivers. When it swallows the sun during an eclipse, it is said that its jaws alone span the entire sky. Sawa's size is tied to its celestial role, and its scales are said to shimmer like molten gold, reflecting the light of the sun it devours. Villagers would beat drums and shout to frighten the massive serpent away, believing their collective sound could shake the heavens. Alama. The Alama is a winged serpent of the north, so vast that its shadow can engulf entire villages as it soars through the skies. Its wings, covered in metallic scales impervious to human weapons, span miles, creating gale-force winds with every beat. Stories tell of the Alama blotting out the sun, its body stretching across the firmament. Despite its fearsome size, the creature has faded into legend, only remembered through the tales of the elders who claim to have glimpsed its massive form above the clouds. Tambinocano. The Tambinocano is a colossal crab, said to dwell in a cavernous hole at the bottom of the ocean, larger than any island. Its claws can churn the seas into towering waves. The tides themselves are attributed to its movements. When Tambinocano leaves its hole, the waters are pulled after it, causing low tide. Its glowing eyes are said to flash lightning, illuminating the ocean's depths. When the crab, in a fit of rage, attempts to swallow its mother, the moon, it casts its immense shadow across the sky, creating an eclipse. Laho. Laho is envisioned as a dragon-like monster capable of swallowing the moon whole. Unlike other celestial beasts, Laho's size is elusive. It is not always seen but is felt in its devastating presence. During eclipses, the ancient Tagalogs would say that the sky itself seemed to disappear into its maw. The beast's shadowy form blends with the night, making its true size immeasurable. Its name, meaning to vanish, reflects its terrifying power to consume celestial bodies and leave no trace. Eremaanga, a mythical lion of gargantuan proportions, dwarfs even the tallest mountains. It roams the heavens, and when it seeks to play with or devour the moon, its vast body obscures the sky, plunging the land into darkness. Its roar echoes across valleys, shaking the earth and heavens alike. During eclipses, the Marineos believed loud noises and the rubbing of fingernails could distract the playful yet destructive Eremaanga from swallowing the moon, reflecting its massive, overwhelming presence. Minakawa. The Minakawa is a dragon-like bird so immense that its wings can enshroud the entire world. According to Bagobo myths, this celestial bird resides beyond the sky, with a beak sharp enough to pierce stars and talons that grasp at the moon and sun. When it flies, its shadow plunges the earth into temporary night. The Minakawa's size is a cosmic threat. If it ever succeeded in devouring the moon, it plunges the earth into temporary night. Bakunawa. The Bakunawa, a serpent-like dragon, is central to many Filipino myths as the bringer of eclipses. Its immense body is said to circle the earth, with a head so large that it blocks out the moon when it rises to the heavens. The Bakunawa's movements were so immense and significant that ancient Filipinos used them as part of their geomantic calendar system. When it slithers, its massive form is believed to cause earthquakes, and its exhalations summon storms, reflecting its role as both a celestial and terrestrial force of nature. In Norse mythology, Nidhogg is portrayed as a symbol of relentless destruction and unyielding power. Dwelling beneath Yggdrasil, the world tree that binds the 9 realms, Nidhogg gnaws at its roots with unceasing ferocity. The roots of Yggdrasil are no ordinary wood. They are imbued with the cosmic energy that sustains all life and order in the universe. For Nidhogg to damage these roots at all speaks to his immense strength. His teeth are said to carve into the very fabric of existence, slowly eroding the tree that upholds the cosmos. This act is not merely an attack on a tree, but an assault on the balance of creation itself, underscoring Nidhogg's role as a harbinger of decay and entropy. Despite his destructive nature, Nidhogg's power is not unchecked chaos. It is part of a larger cosmic cycle. In the myths, Yggdrasil does not collapse under his gnawing, but the constant threat he poses symbolizes the fragility of order in the face of such overwhelming forces. Even during Ragnarok, the apocalyptic battle that heralds the end of the world and the deaths of gods like Odin and Thor, Nidhogg endures. The prose Edda and other sources do not describe his demise during this cataclysm, emphasizing his indomitable nature. After Ragnarok, it is said that Nidhogg survives to carry the corpses of the dead across the plains, a grim reminder that destruction and decay persist even in the face of renewal. What makes Nidhogg's power so unique is that it transcends brute strength. It is an existential force. While other mighty beings in Norse mythology, such as Thor or Fenrir, wield their power in dramatic, visible ways, Nidhogg's strength lies in his persistence and inevitability. He cannot be killed, halted, or reasoned with. His gnawing is eternal, a force as enduring as time itself. The myths paint him as a creature that defies even the gods, embodying a kind of power that reshapes the very foundations of the cosmos, quietly but inexorably. In Greek mythology, Typhon was not only colossal in size but also unmatched in raw power, earning his title as the greatest of all monsters. His strength was legendary, capable of challenging even the mightiest of gods. Typhon's 100 dragon heads were said to breathe fire and spew poisonous fumes, scorching the earth and choking the skies with their destructive force. His voice was described as a cacophony of roaring lions, hissing serpents, and the deafening thunder of a great storm, striking fear into all who heard it. With the ability to summon hurricanes and earthquakes, Typhon's very presence brought chaos and devastation wherever he went. One of Typhon's most fearsome demonstrations of power occurred during his battle with Zeus, the king of the gods. The clash was a cataclysmic event that shook the heavens and the earth. Typhon hurled mountains at Zeus, his immense strength uprooting them as though they were pebbles. He tore apart the landscape in his fury, creating vast canyons and ravines with his monstrous hands. Zeus, wielding his thunderbolts, fought valiantly, but even he struggled against the sheer might of Typhon. In one version of the myth, Typhon managed to overpower Zeus temporarily, cutting out the sinews of his arms and legs and imprisoning him in a cave. It was only through the cunning of Hermes and Pan that Zeus was freed, regaining his strength to continue the battle. Ultimately, it was Zeus's mastery of lightning and sheer determination that overcame Typhon's incredible power. Zeus unleashed a barrage of thunderbolts that struck Typhon with such force that the monster was driven back, wounded and defeated. Yet even in defeat, Typhon's power was not entirely diminished. Trapped beneath Mount Etna, his fiery breath was said to cause the volcano's eruptions, and his rage occasionally shook the earth in tremors. Typhon's myth highlights the titanic struggle between chaos and order, showcasing a creature whose power was so immense that it required the combined might and ingenuity of the gods to contain him. The power of the Saml Naga in Philippine mythology is as boundless as the heavens it inhabits. Trapped within the Milky Way, its celestial prison is not just a testament to its immense size, but also to its overwhelming might. This dragon is a force so powerful that the gods themselves deemed it necessary to confine it, lest its release bring chaos to both mortal and divine realms. Its strength is said to rival that of the very deities who bound it, making it a figure of cosmic dread and reverence. The Saml Naga's power lies in its prophesied role as the ultimate arbiter of faith. When it is finally freed, its wrath will be unstoppable. It is foretold to unleash a devastating fury upon those who have forsaken their deities, consuming them in an apocalyptic purge. This destructive power is not mindless but deeply tied to its moral function. It acts as a divine instrument, wielding its strength to restore balance and enforce divine justice. The Saml Naga's power is thus not merely physical but also spiritual, a reminder of the gods' omnipotence and their demand for unwavering devotion. Legends say that even in its celestial confinement, the Saml Naga's presence exerts influence over the world. Its movements within the Milky Way are believed to shape the flow of cosmic energy, affecting natural phenomena and the spiritual equilibrium of the mortal plane. The very stars are thought to tremble in its presence, a testament to the sheer magnitude of its power. Though bound, the Saml Naga remains a looming threat, a reminder that the gods' might can manifest in the most fearsome and awe-inspiring of forms. In the ancient Babylonian creation epic, Enuma Elish, Tiamat is not just a mere creature. She is a formidable and colossal being, an embodiment of primordial chaos. The myth paints a vivid picture of her size and power, describing her as a vast, monstrous entity with the ability to shape and control the waters of the cosmos. Her body, which is often depicted as a dragon-like serpent or a sea monster, spans the expanse of the universe. While exact measurements of her height are never given in the text, her immense size is implied through the sheer scale of her confrontation with the gods. She is described as towering over the other deities, with the power to create storms and tidal waves, showing her as a force that dwarfs anything in her path. Tiamat's body is said to be so large and imposing that it takes the efforts of the great warrior god Marduk to defeat her. In the Enuma Elish, Marduk is described as having to strike her with great force, splitting her massive body in two. This momentous act symbolizes the separation of the heavens and the earth. The top half of her body becomes the sky, while the lower half forms the earth. The image of her body being split and repurposed to form the world reflects her enormous size, as it suggests that the universe itself was built from the remains of her vast form. The sky and earth were literally constructed from her immense, chaotic body, further emphasizing the scale of her size. Tiamat's vastness and her place in the mythology are key to understanding her significance in the Babylonian cosmology. Her role is not only one of destruction, but also creation. As the goddess of the saltwater abyss, her immense size mirrors the boundless depths of the ocean, a symbol of both destruction and fertility. Her defeat, while marking the victory of order over chaos, also signifies the transformation of her unimaginable form into the world itself. In this way, Tiamat's colossal size is immortalized not just in her mythological death, but in the very structure of the universe she helped create. In Islamic cosmography, Bahamut's power is not expressed through aggression or destructive force, but through its unparalleled strength and role in maintaining the cosmic order. As the foundation of the universe, Bahamut's existence is imbued with an immense and unshakable power that allows it to support the layers of creation above it. This includes the earth, which rests on the back of a mighty bull named Kuyutha, who, in turn, stands upon Bahamut's back. The creature's ability to bear this inconceivable weight is a testament to its divine empowerment, given by God as part of the grand design of creation. Bahamut's strength is often depicted as limitless, a reflection of the divine power that sustains the universe. Its presence in the depths of the cosmic ocean is not merely passive. It actively holds the balance of the heavens and earth. Without Bahamut's steadfastness, the structure of the universe would collapse, symbolizing the fragility of existence without divine support. The creature is also described as impervious to any harm or disturbance, its sheer size and might rendering it untouchable by earthly or celestial forces. Its role is not one of aggression but of silent, eternal endurance, embodying the strength required to sustain all things. The immense power of Bahamut is further emphasized by its position in the cosmic hierarchy. It resides in the realm beneath all creation, yet its influence extends upward, holding everything together. Bahamut's existence reminds humanity of the hidden forces that maintain the world's stability, forces that are incomprehensible in their scope and strength. Its power is not one of dominion or wrath, but of divine purpose and resilience, symbolizing the omnipotent will of God that binds the universe. In Arabian mythology, Phallic is a being of unparalleled power, a serpent whose might is so absolute that it could obliterate all of creation in an instant. Phallic's strength is not merely physical. It embodies a destructive potential so vast that it is likened to a force of cosmic annihilation. Despite dwelling deep within the seventh realm of hell, far from the mortal world, its very existence serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between divine control and boundless chaos. Phallic's power is kept in check only by its fear of God, the ultimate authority in the universe, to whom even this mighty serpent submits. The legend describes Phallic's ability to consume all that exists with a single motion, a capability unmatched by any other being in Arabian cosmology. Its gaping maw is said to be large enough to encompass the heavens and the earth, while its coiled body could wrap around the cosmos countless times. Yet, despite this terrifying potential, Phallic does not act on its destructive instincts. Instead, it remains still, restrained not by chains or force but by reverence and fear of divine punishment. This obedience highlights an essential theme in Arabian mythology. No matter how powerful a being may be, it is ultimately subordinate to God's will. Phallic's power is further accentuated by its position in the cosmic hierarchy. As the foundation of existence, lying below Bahamut and the cosmic realms above, its latent strength underpins the very structure of creation. Without its restraint, the universe itself could be undone, consumed in an instant by the serpent's unimaginable might. For deeper insights into these mythical races, click on the video to your left. And for more captivating mythology content, check out the video to your right. If you found this video enjoyable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.